Hey guys, Matt the Greeter here. I'm gonna try not to accelerate my phone off the dashboard. I should just get a mount. You know what I mean? Easy does it. Yeah, I got a haiku for you today. Actually, I'm passing Betancourt's right now. Betancourt's is a motorcycle dealership. What do they sell here? Honda, Suzuki. What's Kimco? Oh, I see. I'll have to stop in there sometime. They got some bikes, they got some four-wheelers and all that stuff. I don't know. What do you want to do? You know I'm a Harley guy. But I'm not against other brands of motorcycle, as you know. What? Do you know? Let me tell you, I'm not against other brands of motorcycle. I'm devoted to Harley Davidson. That's what I've been riding my entire riding career. And really loving my entire life, because that's what was going up and down the street when I was a kid, Harley Davidson. I really dig the, I'm telling you, the bike that I have like a bike crush on right now, and I'd love to test ride. May Harley bolts of lightning strike me from the sky, but I really like the look of the new Triumph Scrambler 1200. That's a really nice looking machine. So there's a guy that parks, I don't know where he works, but he parks near where I park. You see me pull into where I park to walk to work. And he rides a Scrambler 1200. And it just looks like such an incredible classic. It's a classic motorcycle design. It looks like you could just kind of rip through the trees. Like if you had like a path that cut down the trees a little bit to get to the other side, like you could do that on that if you put some like dual purpose tires on it or something. I wouldn't want to run it with straight knobbies, but man, it looks really cool. Now the exhaust is routed right under your right thigh and my right thigh, so that's a little intimidating, I have to say. Although I think the heat shielding is sufficient to protect you from getting burned. So anyway, yeah. So here's a haiku for you. So looking at the classic style of that Triumph Scrambler, reminded me of like Steve McQueen's bike in The Great Escape, when he, at one point, I think it's his character or maybe a different one, they ride up next to a shed or something, or a barn, and they just lean it up against the barn. Like, that's old school motorcycle, right? The kind you can just ride and lean it up against something. I like that. Somewhere along the lines, I don't know where I want to turn here. Somewhere along the lines, we've kind of gone towards motorcycles that you really have to baby. They're very heavy, and you really got to be careful with them. But I kind of like that old style where you can just kind of pull up somewhere and lean it on something. That's why I like the Scrambler. Has that look to me. Obviously, if I had it, it wouldn't look pretty for very long. But man, anyway, here's a haiku kind of inspired by that. So a haiku, so yeah, hang in there. This is not a, anyway. The haiku form of poetry, is 5 syllables, bop, 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 7 syllables, bop, 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 followed by 5 syllables, bop, 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 bop. Now in traditional Japanese style, a haiku usually involves nature or something like that. There's a human theme wrapped into it, all right? But then there's action. It's not a static image, like a picture. It's in motion, so there should be some motion there. And that's where the haiku that came to me one day is kind of ironic, because there's no motion, but it fits with the theme of the haiku. All right, and here it is. It's nothing fancy. Anyway. Autumn motorbike, battery dead under seat, tank still full of gas. Autumn motorbike, battery dead under seat, tank still full of gas. So that's what I was thinking, the image that I had in my head. See, that's easy. You can write a poem like that, you know what I'm saying? I need to be in this lane. So, really easy. So I've got your motorcycle. I've got a tank full of gas, which implies potential energy, potential output, a potential ride, but the battery's dead under the seat. So there's the sort of irony there. And it's autumn, so I guess in a way it's inspired by, I don't know who it was, Basho or who's that other guy, Busan or whatever, the old school haiku master. The autumn cicada dies beside its shell. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's that implication that sometimes new life occurs just before the end. So anyway, that's all I was thinking about there. And I was thinking about, like, if you're not like a poetry guy, or if you don't like syllables, like thinking about English stuff like that, but you like the sound of a shovel head, you heard a Harley Davidson shovel head engine before. That's the vintage, the classic, iconic potato sounding motor. And I think that in and of itself is poetry in motion. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's very musical. It's very, very poetic and very pleasing to the ear. So I dig it. I totally dig it. And anyway, guys, that's your lousy poetry lesson for the day. Hey, come up with a haiku, right? And post a comment. Let me know. Also, let me know what you think about that Triumph Scrambler 1200. If you're a die-hard Harley person like I am, would you consider adding a second bike to the stable that's not a Harley Davidson? It's a brave new world, right? Maybe we got a Huxley Davidson going on here. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna hit train tracks. I'm probably gonna lose the phone here, but still good. I'm gonna let you guys go as soon as I get to a good spot. So all right, guys, I care about you. Hey, sorry to inflict poetry upon you today, but sometimes you need a little medicine, and sometimes whatever. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Sorry, there's a lot going on right here. I should have 2 cameras so you guys can see what I'm seeing. But and leaves are falling anywhere. I'm in the car. That's the whole point of the thing, is what am I doing in the car on a beautiful day when the leaves are falling? I should be on the bike, but I'm toting around a lot of stuff I can't bring on the bike. So here I am with the leaves falling, and that's what reminded me of the haiku that I wrote about the autumn motorbike, battery dead under seat, tank still full of gas. All right, because the old bug smasher is sitting home in the shed wondering where I went. It's gonna be looking out the window when I get home. Sorry, buddy. All right, guys, I care about you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.